Hey, everybody. I trust that you are experiencing true life. You are either currently in a battle or you are about to enter into a battle, and I want to teach you how to fight. Faith begins where the will of God is known. And when you know the will of God, you will fight for it. Jesus has given you permission to use his power over all of the ability of the enemy. Just read Luke chapter 10, verse 19. And when we use the power of Jesus against the enemy, that is called delegated authority. You and I have delegated authority to fight against the enemy, and not only fight, to end up victorious. And one of the ways we use this delegated authority is by using words. Proverbs tells us death and life is in the power of the tongue. And so we see throughout scripture that Jesus began to speak to things. He began to speak to sickness and disease and obstacles and demons. He began to talk, to rebuke, and to command them to stop. In Mark chapter 11, we see that not only did Jesus speak to fevers and such, but he spoke to a fig tree. And he said to the fig tree, let no one eat fruit from you ever again. And the scripture tells us the fig tree heard him. And the next day the disciples looked and the fig tree had dried up from the roots. And then he told his disciples, you and I today, if you speak to the mountain can be any obstacle, any challenge, any difficulty in your life. Jesus said to speak to the mountain, and that mountain needs to hear your voice. We are not just to pray, we are also to say. God has given us the ability to speak to things that are happening in the earth that are our fight against the enemy. We're to talk to it. We're to speak to it. We're to command it to cease and desist, to leave and to no longer exist. Jesus said, speak to the mountain. And if you don't have any doubt in your heart and believe those things you say, you will have whatever you say. So I want to encourage you today, begin to talk to your obstacles. Begin to speak to your opposition. Begin to talk to your challenges and your difficulties. Don't tell God about your problems. Tell your problems how big your God is. Begin to release your authority. You have the permission to use the power of Jesus, and those situations must stop. You can win this fight every single time because your participation is necessary in defeating the enemy that is opposing you. Listen, here's what I want you to do. Go to DaVonAlexander.com, my website, and I want you to pick up my new book called The Hope Switch. This book will encourage you and help you fight the good fight of faith. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.